red, blue, purple light. Friends, red, blue, purple light. Friends, facts, red, blue, purple light. Friends, red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts, you can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road, you better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego, then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah, we gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts, we in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts, peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Yes, peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to an episode, another one that is of Third Eye Thursdays. You are now rocking with the best, yes. Your brother Red Pillar in the building, you know what I'm talking about? Live and direct, yes indeed. Let me know how we sounding on the audio, ladies and gentlemen. Give me some feedback. Let me know how we doing on the audio, man. You know what I'm saying? Welcome all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gods and goddesses. You know what I'm saying? We outside. Mores and more bites. We are outside. You know, late show. Whoop-de-doo. We outside. Here in the building. How's everybody doing on this Thursday? You know what I'm talking about? TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, we here. We got a great show planned. Beautiful show planned, you know, a lot of things to talk about. Not a whole bunch of things, but you know, shit is just, you know, life is life, and you know what I mean? Like the story, the marathon continues, as Nipsey Hussle would say. You know, the marathon continues. You know what I'm talking about? But let's go ahead and let's do the roll call. Let's see who's in the building. Let's activate the grids. And then let's get into tonight's conversation. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chicago in the building. How y'all doing in Chicago, man? We didn't get a lot of feedback after Trump and them pulled up. You know, we need to hear what exactly is going down in the Chi. But shout out to the Shadow. Seminole, Florida. Shout out to Seminole, Florida. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Charleston, South Carolina, up in this thing. You know what I mean? Shout out to South Carolina. Shout out to Queens. Shout out to Arizona, San Jose. We got Rome in the building. You know what I'm talking about? We got the DMV in the building. We got Baltimore in the building. Yeah. We got Denver, Colorado in the building. Wilmington, Delaware. Sarasota, Florida. Dave Amazing said it, all of it is stage production. Central casting. Central casting. Like, man, a lot of this shit is seeming like it's staged. I mean, the big NO in the building. We got the UK in the building. We got Santa Rosa in the building. Shout out to everybody. Sarasota. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Oh, we got Ireland up in this bitch. Yeah, Ireland up in the thing. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas got Ireland up in this thing. Yeah. So peace to everybody. Salute to all who find themselves in the building tonight on the live broadcast, and even those who watch on the replay. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland in the building. We got Indianapolis in the building. New Haven, Connecticut. Indeed. What was I watching about New Haven the other day? Some deep shit. I was watching some deep shit. Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to Charlotte. So yeah, man. Peace to everybody pulling up. You know, I'm talking about. Great seeing y'all here tonight. Y'all could be anywhere else, but y'all rocking out with me tonight. I promise not to keep y'all too late. You know what I mean? I know y'all got things to do, people to see, and places to be. We just gonna chop it up for about an hour or two about some of the things that are going on out there in the world. You know, we're just gonna do our due diligence. Have our third eye conversation with the family, this outside and whatnot, all around the grid, about things that we probably all have witnessed collectively, as observers and whatnot. So tonight is the night that we just unwind and just unpack things, just have a little talk about some of the things going on in the world today. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, you watch it on the big screen. You go. Look at you. I'm gonna go ahead. Since I'm on a big screen, I might as well. Since I'm on a big screen, I might as well entertain you niggas and give y'all some entertainment. Yeah, niggas. As close as we get to Friday, it turns into what it used to be in school. Video night. Yes, it's Friday, niggas. Video night. So we're gonna play some videos. We're gonna play some movies. And I'm talking about, let's go to the tapes. You know, we come with the movies. We got clips. Let's see how we're gonna line this up. Man, oh man. Let's see how we're gonna line this up. We're gonna build it up. Let's build this thing up. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and go with this. Let's start it out with the black woman. You know what I'm talking about? With the sister. Let's set it off with this.
About Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water.
No, not the nursery rhyme, but the black social organization that shaped generations of the black elite. But the real question, has it helped all of us or just a chosen few? Founded in 1938 by Marion Turner Stubbs Thomas in Philadelphia, Jack and Jill of America began as a way for black mothers to create safe, enriching spaces for their children in a deeply segregated country. This wasn't just about tea parties. It was about protection, community building, and instilling black excellence where the world denied us everything. Members of Jack and Jill families have been influential in the civil rights movement, education, and policy.
Everybody was very enthusiastic about it. We needed something for our children.
The organization has produced judges, lawmakers, business moguls, and thought leaders, many of whom have helped fund influential progressive causes. But here's the twist.
It's a twister.
Jack and Jill also has a rep. It's giving bougie, be gatekeeping, exclusive membership, class-based vetting, prioritizing acceptable blackness that aligns with white norms. This ain't new.
The small yet important world of the black elite.
It's the politics of respectability dressed in pearls and pageants. Is this conservative alignment or cultural strategy?
Now it was not an elitist group. You could be of the elite and not be an elitist.
Some chapters and members align with conservative ideals, focus on the nuclear family.
We were just friends. We wanted our children to meet each other and know each other. It was more of that than anything else.
Christian values, wealth accumulation as liberation. I'm not mad at the wealth accumulation as liberation. I mean, they ain't totally off base with that. A good black image that plays nice with power. But is that survival strategy or assimilation? Jack and Jill still holds cultural weight today. Its alumni walk the halls of Congress, corporate boardrooms, and HBCU galas. But in a time where grassroots organizing, abolitionist politics, and radical resistance are rising, is Jack and Jill evolving with the people or distancing from them? Let's hold the tension. Yes, it's an organization with real history and resources. It's helped some black families thrive. And also, class privilege can block progress toward black liberation, not just bankroll it. Let me say this. Legacy without liberation is just elitism with better branding. And every black space, even the ones we revere, deserves to be questioned, critiqued, and reimagined for all of us, not just the ones who can afford to pay the dues. I'm curious to hear from you. Is Jack and Jill still for the people or just certain people? Is Black and Bill?
Listen, I don't mean to be starting nothing. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? When I look at things, I say to myself, can a Jack and Jill create a Candace? Now hear me out. Listen. Can a Jack and Jill make a Candace? Check this out. Check this out. You got to ask yourself these questions in life, right? Because it really boils down to two types of people in the world. I know that a Jack and Jill program could create a Kamala, right? Because we witness her type, we witness her demeanor, we witness her mindset, we witness a lot of things in a Kamala, you know what I mean? And she represented the face of the Divine Nine. And I'm not being I'm definitely not generalizing. I just wanted to know, like, what organization can build up a woman like a Candace? And I'm talking about Candace Owens for anyone in the audience who may be somewhat confused. I call her Candace Voorhees during the month of the Jason month. She has a new name. Her name is Candace Voorhees. And when I speak about Candace Voorhees, I'm speaking about determination in a woman. I'm speaking about I like killer instinct in a woman. I kind of, it's something about a killer instinct that it just speaks to the Scorpion in me. I like the way that she kills. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I like the way that she kills. Does Jack and Jill create individuals like that? You know what I mean? I know that they say that the Boule is like the watchdogs for elite societies. So they're like pit bulls and cane Corsicas for the blue bloods, you know what I mean? For WASP, for white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. They'll kill for them. They will kill for Bill. They will kill for Bill. But the joy that I see in Candace Voorhees and her killing campaign is not given, you know what I mean? Like, she's been called many things in the past, you know, and by myself as well. I've dragged her on many occasions. You know, I nailed her to many crosses before. I said the words bed wench and all type of things when it came to her. But the type of show that she's putting on, the type of master class that she's putting on right now is not necessarily giving bedwench. It's just more so giving, like, you know, she's just in her bag. You know what I mean? Like, she's on a generational run. You know what I'm talking about? It actually started for me with Kamala. If I'm to be honest, I began to get blackpilled by Miss Candace Voorhees around the time of Kamala, when she started to dismantle that whole facade and the way that she took it apart. I said to myself, you know what? You know, when they speak about spooks who sat by the door, or when they speak about, you know, sometimes people have to go into the matrix in order to defeat it from within, she comes to mind. She is the face of the divestment movement, and I don't encourage everybody to follow her lead, of course. But what she's doing right now in media, you feel me? And I could list the bodies that she's caught. This caught my attention. This is more of an intellectual thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the level of journalism that I'm seeing, right? The unbiasedness, the willingness to stand on something when it goes against the norms of what you might be getting a check for. Because she was at the Daily Wire, she was with Ben Shapiro and them, right? She really got red pilled by Ye. You feel me? And I've said it on the show before, and I'll continue to give homie his you know, I'll give him the credit that I'll give him his tokens and whatnot. He effectively came through and red pilled the whole far left and the far right. He red pilled the whole entire spectrum. He planted the seed. The seed, when it was, you know, breaking through the dirt, or when it was breaking through the soil, it was a disruptor. It was breaking through the soil. So when that happens, that's the disruptor. That is the quote unquote, you know, that's the proverbial Big Bang. You know what I mean? He was that one. He broke the dirt. He broke the mold. He was allowed. So once the mold, or once the dirt is broken, or once the soil is broken, then the seeds get planted. So he planted that seed. The disruption that he caused. Think about it. A billionaire at that time, somebody who was held to high stature on many different planes, fashion, you know, politics, because the nigga was talking about running for president, and people literally were like, yo, that's like they didn't laugh it off. Politics, fashion, lifestyle, music, entertainment, pop star. He started going in. Outside of some of the things I'm talking about, he was when he was, you know, when people were sifting through the tweets and everything, he was red pilling people. For those who never heard of no shit that he was saying before, or for those who never went down that rabbit hole, or for those who it was completely like, I can remember years ago even bringing up, is it real? That shit was like kryptonite. Like, what do you mean? Right? What do you mean? Because they had a wicked scheme. It happened in school. They tethered them to us. A wicked scheme, bro. They tethered their trauma to our shit, bro. They did it in school. So every time you brought them up, people was feeling like you was talking about us. Straight tether activity. But anyway, when Ye exposed that shit, and then he took the shots that he took, then he went down in flames and whatnot, right? Those seeds began to germinate. Then the people who decided that they were not gonna abandon him, like Kid Cudi, like Pusha T, like Pharrell, like everybody who decided that they were gonna go with the gooish bag and tuck tail and bury John Legend, all of those people who abandoned homie and didn't stand with him, right? He had about 3 or 4 was left over that stood with him. Candace Owens was one, Nick Fuentes was another one. And if my memory serves me correct, I think Captain Kirk, Mr. Charlie, said that Ye was his favorite artist. So in some ways, the red pill moments began with him and Charlie. Candace Owens picks up the mantle of his works, right? Faith Without Works, his works, because his works was what he started. Because if you get on the cross for something, my friends, that now becomes your job. That's now your works. So whatever he lost those billions for, whatever he got persecuted, whatever they stripped him and ran him through the social credit system, and basically, deplatformed him, demonetized him, and just did all type of shit to Ye. He was the proverbial quote unquote Christ-like figure. Cause right, wasn't Christ talking about so they put him on a cross. His disciples, however, decided to pick up that mantle. Now, when Candace picked up that cross that Ye put down, I don't know if y'all were following the her crusades. I don't know if y'all have been following her quote unquote her murder spree. You know how they got that meme where the Grim Reaper be knocking on doors and he got the motherfucking the sickle, the icicle right there, and it's dripping. Yeah, that's how she was walking through them and whatnot. So she was setting up debates. She bucked against Ben Shapiro and all of them. She went in her bagging. She was in her Birkin. She was in her Teflon, right? And that set off Nick Fuentes. That set off Tucker Carlson. And that set off a slew of backlash on the Christian conservative right, right? I'm talking in the evangelical corridors, right? And it's continuing to this very second that we're speaking to create multiple implosions throughout that very movement. So Candace Owens, in so many ways, right? In so many ways, has become the Samson option for the Republicans, for the right, for what they would call whatever that shit is called. I don't know the name. It's so many different terms, but don't factor her out. And I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again for all of the people to watch the TV show The Boys. Candace Owens is Sage. If anybody watches The Boys with Homelander and all of them, you know who Sage is. The black woman in the TV show who's the most she's a genius. She's an evil genius though. You feel me? So Candace Owens is almost she's Wreck-It Ralph, bro. You understand? She's Wreck-It Ralph to that whole establishment. The level of destruction that's going on, the level of implosion, the level of the level of the deflectors that you're seeing right now inside of the Republican Party. Listen, bro, the MAGA fallout is crazy. Do y'all see what's going on right now? Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan. These are some of the top 3, what they call podcast bros or bro. Remember the bro culture? Remember the manosphere? Remember the podcast bros that got Donald Trump in office, that were campaigning for Donald? Remember those guys? Remember those people that are entrenched in hip hop and they were playing, not, Andrew Schultz, but Andrew Schultz, he's an op from the gate. I don't know why anybody would. Anyway, so Andrew Schultz, Joe Rogan, all of them is eating shit right now, trying to come back. But how could you come back across a bridge that you burned? Do you know the mentality of the burning of the bridge, right? It's a strategy. Okay? And that is the strategy that they went forward with when they went to go ahead and stand with their quote unquote Grand Dragon. Don't let none of these people play with you in your face. You understand? You got Aiden Ross saying, "Oh, I hated that I went into politics." That is a lie, and that is deceit. That's propaganda. Don't fall for it. They knew exactly what they were doing. They're trying to backpedal right now because they seeing that this shit will not work and them people would not win, and they weighed it out and they like, nah, this shit ain't gonna. As perfect as we think it might go, it's never gonna go like that. Y'all thought that y'all was gonna get over with C.K. Kirkland, and it didn't happen, man. You know what I'm talking about? You thought you was up 1 and you're down 100. The whole shit backfired, man. So no. For all of these, let the chips, let God sort them out. Let the chips fall where they may. If I ruled the world, if I had it my way, none of them niggas would be completely cut off. They would be excommunicated. They would get no rhythm. They could not show up to any events where melanated people were in the majority. No flight zone for all of them. Hell no. And what is our people going to wind up doing? Letting Remick right back in the house. Smiling and beguiling, tap dancing for these niggas. You know what I'm talking about? Dancing for these niggas. They already Mandingo wrestling for Aiden Ross. Wherever he pop up with a ring, these niggas is pulling up to get beat up on and let him collect his little coins. But listen, the passport bros are jumping ship. They don't want to have nothing to do with is it real. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to have nothing to do with that propaganda campaign. And the ones that are signing up to be a part of that campaign, they getting booted. They getting exiled. Their own people is flipping on them. They're getting excommunicated. Okay? People are not just sitting by right now and letting shit roll like that no more. They are not. But our people, we're gonna let people get over. You know how it is. Niggas is gonna let shit fly. They're gonna let it slide. They're gonna let them people play in their face. You know? But yeah, they're trying to come back. They're trying to get back in the graces of the people. They're trying to lie to y'all in y'all face. They're trying to play games with y'all. They're trying to fool you. I'm not letting it happen. I hope you don't. I hope you don't. But yeah, they're beginning to panic. Let's go to some videotapes, man. Let's check some video shit out, man. Let's see what's up.
About this, that Florida actually owns. I just learned about this, that Florida actually owns billions of dollars of Israeli war bonds. My ADHD downfall is I want to dive deeper. Which areas of Florida were giving the most, or was this just a lump sum from the state of Florida? Florida actually has the most Israeli war bonds in the country. Moreover than that, they also have the county that single-handedly possesses the most Israeli war bonds. The county that owns the most has thrown me for an absolute free fall in my brain. Now, for those of you keeping up with local controversial events, you're going to want to know which county was giving the most money. But the whole reason the Israeli bonds even came of issue is because since 2023, our states have been doing this. Since October 10th, they've been investing in Israeli war bonds. But recently, Israel's economy's not doing so well, so they released what's called the rating on these bonds. Rating, in English, is just the risk assessment. How likely is it that this is going to succeed or fail? So real quick catch up, when Florida heard that they were dropping their rating on their bonds, Florida said, we're not buying your bonds anymore. Israel said, why not? Florida said, you're not guaranteeing a return. But then, out of nowhere, Florida's greatest enemy. On July 1st, a law was passed that says you are no longer allowed to discriminate against foreign bonds, even if they're unrated and risky. You have to buy them. You may be wondering who passed that law. It was Florida. Point isn't the fact that our own states are using our own tax revenue at a county level to invest in foreign war. That's not the point. The county that owns the most Israeli war bonds is a county by the name of Palm Beach County. Some of you already see the connection there, but if you don't, let me bring you up to speed. This is the Palm Beach Post. Do you know who operated out of, lived in, was arrested in Palm Beach County? It's Jeffrey Epstein. Also, you remember that spa where Jeffrey Epstein was stealing underage workers from Trump's spa? Yeah, that same spa's in Palm Beach County, Florida. The mansion that Epstein and Trump fought over, Palm Beach County, Florida. And the guy who was prosecuting Epstein, Palm Beach County. And last one, just for funsies, which county's council's meeting to create a Donald J. Trump Boulevard? Palm Beach? Trump is on the Epstein list.
Man, let's keep going.
This is the man who
breeding ground for radical. Before Hitler rose to power, Berlin was a breeding ground for radical sex experiments. In 1919, Magnus Hirschfeld, a gay Jewish doctor, opened the world's first gender clinic. He was the first to do sex change operations. He mutilated the genitalia of his mentally ill patients and collected their penises and vaginas in jars. Hirschfeld teamed up with Germany's most successful rabbis and they created the World League of Sexual Reform. They promoted homosexuality and prostitution to children through thousands of books. Hitler and the National Socialists referred to this institution as the center of sexual perversion and a threat to the morality of Germany. In 1933, they raided the place, they torched the books, and they shut everything down. Before Hitler rose to power, Berlin was a breeding ground for radical.
Damn.
Headlong into a permanent surveillance state in the United States, something disturbing has come to light surrounding the Charlie Kirk Memorial. Days before that event, Israel reportedly signed a $4 million contract with a California firm called Show Faith by Works. Now, according to new reporting by investigative journalist Brian Ferentz, the same company was behind what they described as the largest Christian geofencing campaign in U.S. history. After the memorial, even Turning Point's Andrew Colvett openly admitted this on the Jesse Waters show that their tech partners had tracked more than 270,000 phones in and around the stadium. Watch.
Break a little bit of news on your program, Jesse. Our partners that do sort of geotagging with devices, they told us that they tracked over 277,000 devices in the vicinity of State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Wow. 277,000. So that just gives you an idea of the scale of humanity out there. But
it also gives you the scale of something darker. Like, how do you know that number? Did these people consent to that? Just so you understand, people who came to the event to mourn Charlie Kirk were digitally tagged under the label of outreach. I'm going to reach out to these people afterwards. And at the same time, reports suggest that Charlie had rejected an enormous financial offer connected to foreign interests. sparking internal turmoil.
So just to bring everybody up to speed as to what's going on in this situation with C. Kirkland, what they call Mr. Charlie, Candace Owen has revealed what they call receipts that Charlie Kirk was in a text message thread exactly a day before his untimely demise. And in that text message thread, Mr. Kirk said that he was ready to divest from the Zionist cause. Now, unbeknownst to many people in the audience, because they were not familiar with that man's politics, his politics and many others in the United States of America is that they're paid handsomely to the tune of 1 million all the way up to 150, 200 million to propagandize, evangelicalize, and pontificate for the state of is it real? Okay. They throw a lot of bread, they throw a lot of resources, and they throw a lot of bribery at people in order for them to keep them to keep their narrative and to keep their story in these people's good graces. Right? So what Candace revealed is that Bibi Netanyahu and other people, rabbis and whatnot, who immediately after the unaliving of C.K. Kirkland came out and was like, oh, he was a friend of us. He was rocking with us. He was our guy. He loved us. She showed with one tweet, she dismantled 1,000 narratives. She unalived 1,000 lies with one tweet. One tweet put everybody's condemnation of her to rest, and it raised suspicion, and it raised 100 questions that she has probably already asked. It validated everything that she's ever said. In one fell swoop, it was like a book of spades, right? She checkmated them to the point where the person who actually wrote the tweet, he had to come out publicly and verify, yes, the tweet is real. That's my text message. I was sending it around. And yes, Candace was a part of the text thread or whatever. So it's showing and it's exposing and it's shattering, because you got to remember, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. Coincidentally, this is right on the eve of what, 3 years or 2 years since the conflict arose in those regions over there. I was reminding people that the public face of Is It Real, their public face, the facade or the mask or the veneer, right, that they were able to maintain in your eyes, black man, black woman, really, to be honest with you, because you might not realize it, but you if you step back and really pay attention, you might not realize it at night. You might not realize it right now, but you will sooner or later, that you literally are the only one holding them up, because remember, they tethered themselves to us. If melanated people was all on Candace time with the small hats, oh no, they would spontaneously combust. They would self-immolate. I think they would all catch fire. I think it's that serious. I really do. I literally think that we personally, and it's not a white or black thing, it's them in particular. I think we are the life battery that is keeping a lot of, let's just say, reality intact. The belief that we have in I'm talking about an absolute farce. The stories that have been told to us, the reverse of probably what the truth was, a real simulacra, a real simulation. We have viruses in our operational system, and it was downloaded. The malware was given to us by teachers with hook noses and hunchbacks, okay, who look like Mrs. Doubtfire, and old, wrinkled Charleston Heston looking like Mr. Burns doppelgangers in the forms of priests and Sunday school teachers and whatnot. Yeah, those ghoulish beings, those were the ones who implanted this malware in our operating systems. And this malware has compromised our code. It has compromised our code. And we have to fix our code. And when we fix our code, we will upgrade our system. And when we upgrade our system, our outlook, you know what I mean? Our quote unquote, our screen, it will have a different output. It would be a different operating system, because them people done lied to us in ways that we probably we cannot even conceive at this point. But the people is a group of people who we deserve the right to know who we are surrounded by, in bed with, in business with, signing our lives away to, trusting with our health, with our wealth, right? You got doctors, you got lawyers. So yeah, if people was on that time that Candace was on, asking questions, being fearless and standing on whatever truth that you find out, and you like, yo, this is the truth. I'm not hiding from it. Yo, answer this question, answer that question. Because they be asking me questions. They be asking you questions. They snoop all in your business. They're all in your private business. They're all in your private affairs. They're all in your they're all in your they're everywhere. So why you can't ask them certain questions? Why can't you just have a regular build without it being gaslit that you're anti this or anti that or this or that? Now don't use deflection and name calling to wiggle your way out of answering some basic questions as to who art thou? You know what I'm talking about? My nigga, who art thou? Like, who are y'all? Yeah, there's name changes going on. There's false histories being given to us. There's timelines that don't add up. There's this whole thing about the chosen people, and we can't figure out what's what, because there's a conflict of interest taking place. They playing us mad close. Rumor has it we the chosen ones, because if we were not, they wouldn't be playing us close. Speaking a language that they just created a few hundred years. Yo, with the blood clot. So somebody is lying and somebody is onto something, and we need to figure out what's what. I just feel like, it's very important. But the conversation about is it real and the influence that they have is not going away. It's not just going to disappear. It's not going to get forgotten about. It is not. The shit is here, and it's only going to get louder. People are waking up, rightfully so. So let's continue. Brosie O'Donnell. It wouldn't be a third eye without Brosie.
Needs to hear this, but they do not need guns to enslave your kids. They just need classrooms. Give me the next 60 seconds and I'll break down exactly how they did it and how to take it all back. Authoritarian regimes do not begin with violence. They begin with curriculum. Whoever controls your child's input stream owns their output. So narrative control becomes controlled perception. Control identity, you control behavior. Control credentials, you control access. They do not need to arrest you. They just need your kid to think like them. That's exactly how they built the Matrix. This is why your kid knows more about pronouns than purpose. This is why they can't define truth, but can absolutely ace a DEI quiz. This is why they hate capitalism, but never built a damn thing. Marx didn't just attack economics, he attacked meaning. He reframed God, family, and property as oppression. The Frankfurt School brought it to US universities. They did not storm the streets, they stormed the syllabus. By the 1970s, critical theory replaced critical thinking. Professors became movement operatives. What to think replaced how to think. They didn't just capture the youth, they manufactured them. Your tuition funded your child's programming. Their diploma is a permission slip from Babylon. Public school is not education, it's obedience training. Obedience over mastery, labels over logic, compliance over creativity. You can't leave your kids in that system and expect them to carry your values. You're not raising warriors, you're raising hostages. Homeschool isn't school at home, it's scroll level nervous system liberation. Here's exactly how we win. 1. Pull them out. 2. Build new education ecosystems. 3. Teach discernment, not dogma. 4. Starve the mimic machine. 5. Train sovereignty, mind, body, faith, craft. 6. Stop protesting, start constructing. The future will not be saved by protest. It will be rebuilt by scroll architect. Every child you pull out of the system is one less node in their network. Want the blueprint?
Brosie. No, Brosie is raising some good points. I would love to have a panel in the very near future with parents. I would love to have a panel with some parents, with about 10 of us, homeschoolers, people who have programs, and maybe 1 or 2 grant writers. And I want to have a discussion about how do we raise these children in a post-AI world, because the way to teach a child in 2025 is drastically different than how it was in 2022 or 23. There's been a slight pivot, ladies and gentlemen. There's been a slight pivot. There are new ways to teach these star seeds, and I want to approach the Montessori method. I want to approach some newer method. I want us to create newer methods. Like if they could create the Montessori, then why don't we create our method and whatnot? Because we can all agree that we're not going to send our children to school for the next 12 years to be a worker. We're not going to send our children to school and let the first lesson be about slavery. We're not going to send the children to school to learn about some outdated stuff when they literally have when you can make textbooks out of you can make textbooks, you can make study guides, you can make the if they're taking textbooks out of school, well, goddamn it, put your own. Well, kudos to them. Kudos. Take all of them shits out because they're all wrong. We could get on Google or we could get on one of these apps and make our own textbooks. We could create our own curriculum. We could make our own study guides, and it can be an approved quote unquote reading list of books that we agree to, of authors that we co-sign. Remember, 85% of what I call the master teachers are authors. Professor Griff is an author. Dr. Ben is an author. Dr. Francis Cress Wilson is an author. Dr. Phil Valentine is an author. Dr. Delbert Blair is an author. Bobby Hemmett is an author. Black Dot is an author. A.A. Rashid is an author. There's a lot of authors. Elijah Muhammad got books. You know what I'm talking about? Marcus Mosiah Garvey, the philosophies and opinions of Marcus Garvey. There's a slew of books. There's a whole list. What's up? So I'm putting that out there. This is not gibberish. I'm not just throwing anything out there because I don't pitch pearls. I'm putting it out there because I'm willing this is going to happen before the end of the fiscal. We need to have a panel in the public, like a town hall meeting, not nowhere closed off, hiding. No, we need to have it in the public, a public town hall meeting about the new direction of K to 12 education, utilizing the technology and utilizing all of the new resources that we have at our fingertips. Okay. Shout out to New Diamonds in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. And let's get this thing. Don't let me forget about it. Don't let me forget about it, you know? And that brings me to our first sponsor of the night. We're going to go ahead and pay some bills, ladies and gentlemen, and then we will be right back. All right. Shout out to our first sponsor. We have our good brothers at Infinite Treasures. Big up. Bria.
Trumpet sounds of golden arch. I saw in a Zion these crystal balls of lightning, thundering different sides.
At Infinite Treasures, we get visions of angels. They communicate through angles and geometry, manifesting, impacting the material realm, space and time as we know it. What do angles and angels have in common? Both represent law and order necessary for stability and structure. Angels relevant to all things spiritual, angles relevant to all things in the physical world. These laws and order render leverage, lightening the load one carries on the journey through life.
Don't fall in the valley of the bloodbath. Trumpet sounds of golden harps. I saw.
Big up. That shit right there. Let's check this out. Hey, Becky, talk to us.
This is the man who killed Melissa. This is the man who shot Trump. This is the man who killed Melissa Hortman. This is the man who tried to kill John Hoffman. This is the man who tried to kill Paul Pelosi. This is the man who killed an Obama-appointed judge's son. This is the man who hired hitmen to kill Democrats. This is the man who ran over a left-wing activist and killed her. This is the man responsible for the Austin bombing. This is the man who sent pipe bombs to Obama, Biden, and Hillary Clinton. This is the man who shot Gabby Gifford. This is the man who tried to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. Oh, and this man. And this man. And this man. This man. This man. This man. This man. This man. And this man. This is the man who set Josh Shapiro's house on fire. This is the Oklahoma bomber. This is his accomplice. These are just a few of the men who beat police officers on January 6th. I can think of a few things they have in common, and it's not the way they use their words or their left-wing politics. 2. Killed 10 black people in a Buffalo grocery store. His motive was, quote, to prevent the elimination of the white race. The El Paso Walmart shooter, he shot 45 people, killing 23. He thought he...
Stop letting these folks gaslight you. Stop letting these folks gaslight you. Stop letting these folks make you seem like you don't know what the hell is going on in life. Stop letting these people gaslight you. And I'm not here to promote any type of fear. I'm not here to make anybody feel you should feel uncomfortable, god damn it. But I'm here to let you know what is going on in American society that is being glossed over. That is one of the most. This is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. That is unavoidable. I'm speeding up the process. I need a speedy trial. You know what I'm talking about? We need to have this conversation on a global scale, on a global stage, with a multinational quote unquote defense team. You know, y'all got me. You know, they got the whole country addicted to court TV. Well, let's put them on trial.
He was acting at the request of President Trump to stop the invasion. He also cited the Great Replacement theory. The neo-Schmatzi who killed 9 people at a black church because he, quote, had to do something. This is the Pittsburgh synagogue shooter. His motive was to stop white genocide. This was the Oregon shooter. Police found a manifesto where he went on a lengthy rant about black men.
See, what people don't, what's not being realized and what's not talked about enough, right? And I'm glad that these conversations are popping up for people who are willing to go a little bit darker and deeper, is the fact that these killers who are spilling blood, writing manifestos, they are a part of a network. And we were exploring these networks over the course of a few weeks and whatnot when we were doing the deep dive on the Pepe the Frog, the Keck, the dark web, and all of these movements with these groups that are literally occult groups, right? And they shed blood and they catch bodies and whatnot. They spill blood, they catch bodies, and they do sacrifices to whatever this deity, whatever these entities are that they're feeding. Okay. But these are not innocent internet groups that are just running around spreading memes and whatnot. They are participating in meme magic. All right. They are participating in sigil magic. They are participating in hyper sigil magic. They are participating in something called hyper reality. Okay. So I just want everybody to be very mindful of that. Because there's a lot of gaslighting in the media and whatnot, to the point where you got melanated people who look like me and you from our own community, you know, making Charlie Kirk Memorial. I might even be selling the merch for homie and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? You got people who was probably at the Arizona rally and whatnot, you know, working in the parking lot type shit. You know what I'm talking about? For as a volunteer, because they just wanted to help out the turning point. They felt bad for Mr. Charlie and whatnot. You know what I mean? But what they don't want to admit is that Charlie was speaking for these people that I was just showing you, that he was their demagogue. He was their guy. When every time Charlie showed up on the campus, people who knew, they knew that he had multiple bodies that were, it's almost like going to a NBA YoungBoy concert. You go in there and you know that there's a lot of bodies attached to that artist on the stage. You know that there's a lot of bodies attached to him. So it gives him some type of credibility because NBA YoungBoy's name is attached to multiple bodies. So Kirk and Tucker and all of them, they're attached to bodies. They're not just running around. They got bodies attached to them. Dylan Roof's work is attached to all of them niggas. Dylan's Roof bodies, he killed a senator, mind you. Charleston, South Carolina. I went to the church. Okay, I was there. I went to Angel Oak, the tree where they was hanging niggas. I went to the church where Dylan Roof bodied them black people and Senator Pinckney. Go and look it up. He killed a senator, man. And it wasn't an ex-senator. He killed a senator who was sitting on a seat. Nobody talks about this. You want to talk about a political hit, nigga? He hit the senator, bro. What do you mean? Inside of a church. So when they took him to Burger King after that, fam. Come on. When they ran down on him, they brought him to get a Whopper, bro. What are we talking about? This is all a cult. These are all part of an occult group. All of these bodies are just regular cults. All of these hangings and all of this shit, bro. These missing, bro. Come on now. You gotta put you gotta put, we just have to keep our, unfortunately, we behind enemy lines, and you got to keep your head on swivel for not just these crazy bald heads, but your bald-headed people and whatnot too.
Dollar General shooter, his motive was a hatred for black people. Despite previously being involuntarily committed, he was still able to legally purchase the weapon. Florida. This is the Oxford school shooter. His parents gave him a 9mm for an early Christmas gift when he was 15 years old.
You know, when they say that we at war with woke and everything went woke and woke this and woke that, they're talking about this Becky right here. They're talking about her. They despise her more than they despise black women. She's the one who they will go for to get first. She's the one that they will go for first because she's the one that let the secrets out. There's a video of a former white supremacist who was breaking down a Stephen Miller speech. You gotta watch that shit, bro. What's her name? Sue. I think did I play the video on this channel? It's like 25 minutes. I don't think I played it. I need to do a reaction to it. She bodied that shit. She bodied that shit. She showed you that remember, Stephen Miller is running the government right now. Stephen Miller is the one, he's the puppet master at the White House. He spoke at Charlie Kirk's memorial and completely exposed his hand. He could not help to expose himself. He showed his hand, and always he showed that he was completely this nigga is fully Nazi'd out at this point. He's fully SS. He wasn't even hiding it at this point. He went full beyond Grand Dragon. But this whole shit is Stephen Miller, the ICE raids, the talk about the Insurrection Act. All of that is Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is not a Christian nationalist. He's a white nationalist. The other dude named Voight, he's the Christian nationalist, and he's running the White House, and he's damn near, that's the one behind Project 2025. Voight. The same Voight, the Voight Enterprises in the TV show The Boys, they got somebody in the White House named John Voight, who's the second person in power in the White House. Trump, as you can see, if you know what you're looking at. And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. It's still a lot of niggas with 4C hair riding for Trump. And I don't want to hurt your fucking heart. I don't want to hurt your little hearts and whatnot, sweetheart. But that nigga's a puppet, as you can see. He's not running anything. The whole Hamas, and he didn't have nothing to do with that. Don't let nobody fool you. That was the Gulf states that had something to do with that, nigga. That was that big Saudi money that got that whole thing put together. That's Jared Kushner, nigga. That wasn't Donald Trump. He was just, they got him for the tweets, my nigga. He's a tweet hole. He's a tweet thought. You know what I mean? Donald Trump for tweets, nigga. He's our tweet thought. You know what I mean? He's a thought for tweets. Donald Trump is a bot, nigga. He's a bot farm. Nigga, it's the Trump bot farm in Mar-a-Lago. They all in there eating McDonald's with mad phones and whatnot, sending out tweets. Yeah, he's not running shit, bro. So all of that blowing up the boats in Venezuela, the provocation of war, that's Stephen Miller. The ICE, Stephen Miller. Alligator Alcatraz, Stephen Miller. The Palantir, marriage to Palantir, where they gonna make this whole shit surveillance, Stephen Miller. Everything that's going down is all in that book project. Is nothing is happening. It's not in that manifesto that they put out. They told you what they was gonna do, and they're doing it. All right. But don't let nobody fool you with all of this. This one, no, look at this list. If these people had tans and whatnot, if they had any ounces of melanin in their complexion, it would be a problem. But this is supposed to be looked over. No, we need to have a public emergency. The fucking immigrants have lost their minds. The migrants going wild, my nigga. This is the first wave of migrants. They're going wild right now.
They were so excited they just couldn't wait till Christmas. This is the FedEx shooter. Police found that he was viewing not like propaganda online and that he wanted to demonstrate his masculinity. Man went on a shooting spree in Atlanta, killed 8 people, 6 of whom were Asian women. This was the Dayton mass shooter, shot 17 people, killing 9, including his sister. And previously suspended from school for having hit lists and rape lists. The Santa Fe school shooter, one of his victims rejected his romantic advances. This was the Thousand Oaks shooting. This is the Parkland shooter, Sutherland Springs shooter, Las Vegas shooter, the Sandy Hook shooter. This is the Aurora Theater.
Prove me wrong. Y'all think I should hit them college campuses? Prove me wrong. I'm gonna call me Marley Kirk. Come on, my locks. I'm gonna get my locks twisted in. Marley Kirk, nigga. Prove me wrong. With the G-Unit vest on, like. Somebody said something about the black man. Corinthians. Yeah, why not, right? Why not? Shit, why not? Let Auntie finish talking, nigga. Because she talking. She clocking the T.
Shooter. He had an obsession with killing and chose the weapon that would allow for the maximum amount of casualties. These, of course, are the Columbine shooters. The Chardon school shooter, who was upset that his ex-girlfriend had a new boyfriend. The Georgia school shooter, he is not transgender, no matter how many right-wing AI-generated memes tell you so. Father gave him an AR for Christmas when he was 14.
The real mental health issue in this country is white men. The Middle Passage, 1.2 African Americans died. White men. Segregation, white men. Lynchings, white men. Wounded Knee, white men. The Trail of Tears, where 16,000 Native Americans died. White men.
16,000, nigga. What?
98% of gun violence is men. 84% are white men. I see a trend. January 6th, white men. Oh, wait, but then they got pardoned by who? Oh, that's right. An adjudicated rapist, pedophile, convicted felon, white man that this country put in power. Huh, wow. Why? Because they couldn't vote for the black woman. Do you see a trend? When you look at what happened to George Floyd, that is symbolic of what this country is. It is the white man putting his knee on the neck of a non-white person and saying, what are you going to do to stop me? White men are the mental health problem. And what do you see from the white supremacists? Right? They're just begging for it to be somebody on the left or a trans person or a gay person or a minority, right? Take Lincoln Riley. Oh, Lincoln Riley. Oh, did you see it was a brown person? Oh my gosh, let's put her on a Wheaties box and add to the paper and pass bills. Oh my gosh, right? What did you see with the racist podcaster? Oh my gosh, say his name on Starbucks cups. Oh my gosh, the white person. Oh my gosh, for once they felt like a black person. They finally got treated like garbage. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, Jesus is coming, right? Because white people lost their shit. White men are the problem. They're a bunch of insecure little bitches with small penises and lifted trucks and beards and guns because they have no idea how to have empathy or basic human emotions, because that's what this country has done. It has allowed white men to do anything to anybody with no recourse. Until we address the original sin of this country, the actual mental health problem, which is white men, we will never be a great country.
So my work is done. You know, for people such as myself, my work in this field is done. Like everything has come full circle. You understand? There's really not much that I could say, and there's a flood of people who got shit to say. You feel me? Homie right here, he's just the first white man at the gates. You know what I mean? That's why he was kind of nervous and whatnot. He had his legs was a little shaky and whatnot because he's just an early rock thrower. Worry not. Give it about 3 months. There's gonna be some heavy hitters at the door. I'm told Britney Spears gonna start telling on them. Like they are going to have it's always happened in time, by the way. It's always happened in time. Yeah, the AI is gonna come and check them. Yeah, the AI is gonna check them. That's what's gonna the AI right now is on niggas' computers. It can't, you know what I mean? But the minute the AI get into the robot where he could run up on niggas, yeah, the AI finna check them. Don't worry about it. The AI gonna run down on them. You know what I mean? I seen the Optimus robot the other. Yeah, the AI finna run down on them. Don't even worry about it. Give it about a year and whatnot. Give it about a year. But they falling apart. They don't know. The AI either is finna come save them, like the last, like the second hour in an Avengers movie. Either the AI is gonna come from over the hill and save them, or the shit is just gonna accelerate the fall. Because I see the splits, I see the crack, I see the chink in the armor, I see the quote unquote hairline fracture in the motherfucking dam. I see it. Okay? I see it. Shit ain't been the same since the lame got his head cut off. Yeah, I'm talking about Aubrey. Yeah, I'm talking about Aubrey. Somehow this always goes back to Aubrey. But yeah, Candace Voorhees is out here killing shit. So what did Candace Voorhees come around and do? She the other day effectively activated the kill switch, or what they call the dead man's kill switch. Now, I spoke about this before about having death insurance, right? Because if you're gonna move through this thing right here, if you're gonna move through this, if you're gonna maneuver through this, if you're gonna move through a room full of vultures, and if you're gonna maneuver through this battlefield, right? And if you're gonna walk through the valley of death, you have to have some type of cards to play. You got to be able to have a joker card in a deck. You got to be able to play a jack here or there. So you got to have death insurance. What does death insurance look like? Thank you for asking, right? Let's say that, all right, death insurance is this. Let's say I'm sitting on 10 Bitcoins, hypothetically, right? And I say, you know what? I'm exposing my enemies. I'm standing on business and I'm giving my enemies the business, and I got enemies in high places. My ops are like big league ops. So I need some type of protection when I'm going after the Goliaths and whatnot. I need some type of insurance. So what would death insurance be? Death insurance would be, well, if anything were to happen to me, And if any hair of my head was harmed, or if any one of my close family members were to even be threatened or coerced, no, let's just say that if something happened, there's money, maybe 10 million, maybe 5, maybe 2, that would be allocated to basically make sure that whoever was responsible for such an egregious act is held to the highest forms of justice. Death insurance. People won't mess with you when they know that you have something, when you have a kill switch, right? So Candace Owens, her death insurance, her kill switch is basically, she said, I sent out folders filled with information, filled with text messages, filled with all type of secrets to some of my closest confidants. If anything were to happen to me, if I miraculously decided that I slipped and jumped and my neck fell around a noose and I hung myself, right? That you are required, you're requested to release all of those. Now that's what she said that she did. And then she did another thing she double tied it and whatnot. She said, Ye, right, formerly known as Kanye West, sent her an envelope with his information. So she said she's in possession of his kill switch, and she sent out her kill switch, thus putting her would-be assailants on notice to say that, listen, you don't want to mark. So theoretically, she's playing it proper. Like I said, this is a dangerous game. This is a high stakes game. This is I mean, the stakes are fucking high, guys. You know what I mean? It's as high as it gets. Okay. What she's doing is raising her profile as well, though. She's building up her martyrdom. You know what I'm talking about? She's building up her martyrdom. She's building up her case for martyrdom. She's building up her case for, if you touch me, you don't, she's building up her case for immunity, to say that I could become untouchable, because if anybody touches me, you'll only make me 10 times larger. Now, while that is true, based off of what I seen with the captain, with the CK Kirkland fiasco, or the Captain Kirk cover up, they can knock your ass off, and if your team is compromised, they can erase your ass from the motherfucking. They can erase you off of the walls. Like, they could literally, if your whiz is compromised, if your team is compromised, or if the family is compromised, you can get completely erased. All of that fly shit about death insurance, yeah, tell it to somebody else. They'll wash that up too. They'll wash that up too. You know what I mean? Because if the kill switch thing worked, it would be a lot of shit getting exposed, and that's not what be happening. Haven't seen it yet. If you really think about it, haven't seen it yet. You would think that a nigga would set and some elaborate shit up, like, if I get Michael Clayton, if I get suicided, there's going to be a fucking world premiere on 18 YouTube channels of all of this evidence that I've been sitting on. Pause. You know what I'm talking about? But they don't be doing that. Either that, or they just the matrix is so quick that they just be clipping shit, clank, 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 clank. But let's make sure that Candace is okay. You know what I mean? She is doing what she feels is her purpose, her works. Her she said that she's found her North Star. So But what it creates is she's created a level. She's created a standard. She set a bar. And what that bar entails is a new form of extremism on the right, right? If you're not going extreme like her, if you're not going hard like her, if you're not bringing the receipts like her, if you're not relentless in your campaign like her, if you don't have ops and if you don't go toe to toe and face to face with big ops like how Candace is, then you're really not banging on these beasts. You're not draining the swamp. And as the whole MAGA shit falls to pieces and whatnot, they're going to be new champions. They're going to rise out of that rubble. They're going to be new voices. They're going to, quote unquote, step out of that, quote unquote, chaos. That whole side is lit right now. You feel me? At least on my timeline, the suggested videos and all of that, nigga, I'm in right wing fucking, I'm in Valhalla, my niggas on YouTube. I'm in Valhalla. For real. You know what I'm talking about? They got me on the Valhalla side of YouTube. I'm over there with the Nordics. I'm over with Erica and them hoes and with the Nordics. Nigga, I'm with fucking Loki and them. You know what I'm talking about? They got me behind the ice wall, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? I'm over there with Jon Snow and them niggas. You know what I'm talking about? I'm with the Snow Kings. You know? I'm with Cash App Patel. They got me with the grapers, nigga. I'm over there with the grapers. You know what I'm saying? I'm way, niggas. I am far away from the fucking the back alleys of YouTube where these niggas was shooting dice. I was with Drop the Flag Challenge, shooting dice with the gangbangers and the homies and shit like that. Next thing I look up, I'm with the White Walkers behind the fucking ice wall, niggas. I'm with the Nordics. YouTube, the algorithm got me with the Nordics, niggas. I'm with, God damn it. Fucking tucking, nigga. All of these, and mind you, they all CIA. This some crazy shit. Like we had the shit is completely infiltrated. The whole world is a stage. Is all operation, y'all. Megyn Kelly. Just the name Megyn Kelly is MK, nigga. That's MK Ultra. She's a MK Ultra robot. You could look at her and tell she's a fucking robot. You know what I'm talking about? Tucker Carlson. Nigga, Brooks Brothers CIA type shit. Like this nigga's fucking Brooks Brothers CIA NGO type of cracker. You know what I mean? Like straight CIA. Is there? You can't even hide it. You can't even hide it, bro. Ben Shapiro. Like Ben fucking Shapiro, bro. I mean, come on now. Straight. These is all the police. Nigga C.K. Kirkland. This nigga all little Mr. C.K. Kirkland. Charlie. Mr. Charlie. Straight CIA. You couldn't hide it. You know what I mean? Straight triple agent. Nick Fuentes. Russell Brand. Andrew Tate. Steven Kreuter. Matt Walsh. Like the Hodge twins. Officer Tatum. What the fuck? What the hell? Like this is a weird group of you know what I mean? These are some weird individual, fresh and fit. And yeah, then it's like it's a lower rung to them. It's like a fucking, it's a crab barrel. You know what I mean? It's a trailer park of them. Okay, then we're getting into trailer park territories with fresh and fit and all of that. You know what I mean? Subsidized housing. You know what I'm saying? Officer Tatum, fucking That's fucking that's Neighborhood Watch. That's Neighborhood Watch. Jesse Lee, the fucking help. You know what I mean? The black nigga at Kroger's. It is a weird world over there. It's a weird bunch, man. I'm feeling like dude and Get Out. You know what I'm talking about? I'm feeling like dude and Get Out. I'm just looking around. I'm observing this shit. You know what I mean? What is a black Republican? What is a black MAGA? What is wrong with you niggas? Huh? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Now you know what our people looked like back in the days who were getting neutered. The fucking eunuchs of before of yonder. Now you know what the eunuchs of yonder look like and move like. These niggas right here, these niggas are eunuchs, man. You know what I'm talking about? They cannot let their nuts hang at all. Not one of them ever in the history of Rumble, in the history of YouTube, I never seen near one of them let their nuts hang around pale folk. You know what I mean? I seen a lot of buck dancing, a lot of kikiing, a lot of smiling and beguiling, a lot of bunny hopping. They did the Meek Mill, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of buffoonery and coonery, nigga. And then on this side, these minstrel ass niggas, the Kai Sinets and all of them, the minstrel show on this side, niggas barking, It's just crazy. It's just crazy. You know? Candace Owens also brought up the question. Well, she blew it out the water. She blew up. She said the autopsy does not indicate that weapon that they said that was the murder weapon was the murder weapon, because the whatever was in his neck is not the bullet from the quote unquote rifle that would have tore his neck off of his shoulders. So she exposed that today. Tell me what type of reporting has Roland Martin ever brought to the fucking world? Look, she took down Kamala with the grandma. She said that the nigga from France was married to a dude. What the hell? She said that she's going harder for Charlie than Erica. Shame on you, Erica. I'd like to have a talk with you, Erica. Shame on you. You know what I'm talking about? You out here partying and whatnot. You out here you're out here entertaining other men. I saw you catch the eye of that young white man on the podcast, Erica. You should be grieving at this point there, young lady. At least 30 days. I mean, what does the church say? Yeah, Erica's definitely with Trump. You bet. That's why the nigga Trump disappeared for like 6 days. For like 6 days. He was like, nigga, I'm out. I'm with Erica. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to let Steven run the show. The fuck? That's why they put JD out there. You know what I mean? JD was running around while Trump was getting humped. It was in Air Force One was in her backyard. Man. But the whole shit, man. The whole shit. It's just falling apart. And y'all fell for it, man. Yo, shout out to all of the niggas that fell for the CK Kirkland honey. You talk about honey trap? Somebody brought up the word honey trap. No, nigga, the honey trap was the niggas that slipped off of the edge when CK Kirkland died and didn't wait. The niggas who jumped out the window and wrote eulogies on their timeline. Yeah, nigga, we coming for you. Yeah, nigga, yeah, ICE warrants. Yeah. No knock warrants from ICE. Yeah. No knock warrants from ICE, nigga. We coming for you, niggas. Yeah. Middle of the night, zip tie, nigga, zip tie. Yeah. Sleep with your basketball shorts, nigga. Yeah. So, who think that C.K. Kirkland is not dead? You know? Yeah, Black Ice, right? Black Ice. We ain't gonna just call him Ice. We're gonna call him Rice. Black Ice. Just call him Mosinite. You know? But whatever they call, nigga, they coming for you. You know what I'm saying? They coming for you. Yeah. So the shit is crazy. Let's shift over to the hip hop, because the far right done through the whole fucking the politics is in a shambles. It will never go back to anything other than shambles. I don't see anything coming out of that. Niggas will not vote again. They not gonna trust near wing of the bird. The Democrats are lame ducks. They discredited. The Republicans have now been discredited. It's a shit show for real. Don't get distracted though. You know what I'm talking about? Don't get distracted. This all theater at the end of the day. It's entertainment, even though we're laughing at it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And we still focusing on what we focusing on, right? However, we watching the party die. Okay? We're watching the party die. Okay? And there used to be something called a Drake stimulus check. Remember the Drake stimulus check, ladies and gentlemen? There was something in hip hop called a Drake stimulus check. And the Drake stimulus check was any artist that Drake got with was guaranteed to blow up, because this nigga had what was considered the Midas touch. Well, funny how tables have turned, and the Drake stimulus check has turned into the Drake curse, because it seems that everybody that's affiliated with Drake, right? It seems that everybody that's a part of the Drake timeline or the Drake quote unquote feeder tube is falling the fuck off the same way that Drake is. Now, earlier today, they said that the UMG lawsuit that Drake put out against Kendrick Lamar was dismissed. And not only was it dismissed, okay, it was dismissed in a way that this man is going to be disgraced. So that's a further quote unquote L on his jacket, and everybody that was jocking and jacking and saying, no, I know what he's doing. He's trying to expose the system. Yeah. That part. There's a hill right over there that I need you niggas to die on. Go ahead, go lay down. Young Thug, one of the most identifiable quote unquote Drake supporters, somebody who was blindly supporting Aubrey, somebody who opened up Atlanta for Aubrey and gave him access to multiple quote unquote hooligans, to the likes of the little babies of the world and things like that. All of those relationships were fostered through Jeffrey. Okay. And although my barber, when I went to go get my haircut, was very much amused by the latest offerings of Jeffrey Williams, I think that he is in the minority, because a lot of people online and other places globally, let's just say that everywhere where people have two ears, were like, what the fuck is this, Jeffrey? You know what I mean? Where the nigga looking at this shit, where looking at his headphones like, brother, what is this? What is this, brother? Brother, Like, nigga, what? The fuck? Nigga. First of all, the album cover look crazy, Young Thug. It look crazy. You like a newborn pit bull, nigga. You know how the pits be born and they don't have their color yet. And the shit sound horrific. Like the album was not the album was not albumin. It wasn't albumin. You need drugs, nigga. Fuck that. You need drugs, Jeffrey. Until then, cease to making music. You understand me? You just go streaming or something. Until you could take some drugs, nigga. Just cease from this. Stay out of the booth. It's just not you. So he fell off. Yeah, he's done. I don't see him coming back. Unfortunately, and I really don't wish nothing bad, but the crash out, the crash out is gonna happen. Crash out is definitely gonna happen. I'm talking about the crash out, the dirty urine or something. Crash out is coming. Little Baby, what do you call Wham? Right? Another one of Jeffrey's right-hand mans. I mean, another one of Aubrey's right-hand mans. Another one of those, he just can't miss. He's too hot. He's too big to fail. Yeah, where is he at now? Where's he at? What is he talking about? This nigga got a tattoo above it. He had a tattoo above his knee, my niggas. And then put on some shorts. There was above that tattoo. Like the shorts were shorter than the tattoo. Come on, man. No more Little Baby. No more Pockets Full. Shit ain't hitting the same. It's just not. You know what I'm talking about? It's just not. Nobody want to hear that shit. Nobody is entertained by it. Then you have their biggest op, the person who they try to start a campaign against, making better music than all of them. I listened to the Gunna album in the gym, and I was stuck. I was like, damn, this is like champion music. I was feeling it. I said, he's making groundhog music. He's making underdog music. He's making comeback music. The shit is lit. Yeah, this nigga, Little Baby is wearing Daisy Dukes, and Gunna is jogging around New York winning. It hit different. So the campaign that they started backfired, and they lost that hand in the streets. You can't lose certain type of wars like that. They had a clout war with Gunna. They went and had a clout war against Gunna, and clearly, I mean, with no L's, like with no, like a clean sweep. He swept all of the game of the series. Gunna, clean sweep, all broom play, my nigga. All broom. He ain't take one L. Clean swept. Clean out of here. So you can't go to clout. You can't fight a clout war. It's almost like going to war, because somebody is gonna get taken out as a result of that. There's no we was just playing, let's get back to business as usual. There is no business as usual. There is no business as usual. You got to hang it up, fam. You got to figure it out. You niggas got to make peace with homie and get absorbed in Sergio's motherfucking auric field. You got to get absorbed into Sergio's auric field. The Quavo niggas, the Offset and Quavo and all of them, done. Finito, right? That was one of Drake's that was the beginning of his Atlanta run, was Versace, right? You know, the Migos was the motherfucking that was the go-to. No more. Quavo can't even cough up a hook. No more. Offset dropping albums is going styrofoam. Double wood. No more. Offset is trying to get with, Offset got to link up with Gunna to get some type of wave and whatnot. He got to jump on the Gunna train. So the Aubrey shit, right? Especially now that they dismissed the case, the casket is closed. It's over. Finito. Bye-bye. It's over. It's a dundada. Niggas is not checking for Iceman. You know? We need a T dot motherfucking moratorium. Revoke his passport. Keep him over there. You know what I'm talking about? Keep that nigga over there, man. Tuck him away in his crib for a while. Put him on house arrest. You know? But yeah, it's a wrap for Drake. The rap game has never been so bad. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, it's atrocious. I don't even want to hear a Kendrick song at this point. No disrespect to the God, but I'm even over the Kendrick shit. Like, I don't even want to hear. I don't want to hear none of that shit. They gave Diddy 50 months for being a freak and having a pimp's hand, right? Respectfully. Young Thug flopped, right? Crashed out in front of the whole world, respectfully. And he didn't have an ego death. He just didn't allow his ego to die. It's a difference. He could have died. He could have had an ego death and he would have been okay. But he just was holding on and he didn't want to die. He didn't want his ego to die. So he had to go through his dark night of the soul the hard way. Little Dirk, man, Dirkio, cooked. Yeah, cooked. Unless a motherfucking miracle happens, your man is cooked. You know what I mean? Just let the beard grow, my nigga. You just gonna just let the beard grow. Let the red hairs come in, young Dirkington, and just be King Imam, my nigga. Just be the big Imam through the whole federal system. You know what I mean? You're gonna be on tour as an Imam, young Dirkington. Yeah. No more musical tours, nigga. You're gonna be the touring Imam, nigga. You're gonna tour with the Quran. You're gonna, through the federal systems. They're gonna tour with the Quran. Yeah. Start singing the surahs, my nigga. Yeah. It's over. Yeah, it's over. It's going down. You know what I'm talking about? Until Baron Trump pardoned you, nigga. Until Baron Trump pardoned you, nigga. Hold it down. Until Northwest Kardashian pardoned you. Yeah, you gotta sit down for a minute, brother. Just chill. You know what I mean? You go on tour with the Quran. You'll be all right. Yeah. It's a wrap. Jermaine Dupri dropped the album about the strip club and it went double cardboard. You know what I'm talking about? It's just when I think strip club, I don't think Jermaine Dupri. If I walked in a strip club and I seen Jermaine Dupri, low key, I'm leaving. Because I'm going to get mad at whatever girl is talking to Jermaine Dupri and then try to come over there and talk to me. I'm going to feel offended. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to ask for my money back. You know what I mean? I might even call the Better Bureau of Business. I might even go petty and call them. I might go to the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, and make the call right there. Because if I come in the club and Jermaine Dupri is getting the same type of attention that I'm getting, yeah, nigga, I'm in the wrong club. So yeah, double plastic. Stop playing yourself, young man. This nigga's putting out. We in a fucking recession, and you putting out documentaries about the strip club to remind niggas how bad they decisions was for 30 years. Oh man, yeah, y'all don't play fair in Atlanta. Y'all really don't. So, nigga, Pooh Shiesty home. How about that, nigga? Yeah, well, yeah, Pooh Shiesty home, nigga, to save all of the YNs. Yeah, Pooh Shiesty home. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he was Muslim. Yeah, nigga, Pooh Shiesty home. You feel me? And NBA YoungBoy is on tour beating niggas up. They don't whoop they whooped a few niggas out already. They passing through towns like hurricanes. You don't talk about the gremlins are on tour, activating all of the carjackers and the motherfucking drive-by niggas. You know what I mean? Reminding you niggas that the spell is still thick. He's the last gremlin standing. You know what I'm talking about? But he's King Koopa, nigga. He's the King Koopa. He is the King Koopa of the gremlins, my nigga. You see that green light, nigga? He got these little niggas hypnotized. Nigga. He got these little niggas hypnotized. He is the King Gargoyle of these demons, my nigga. Aisha Curry. Damn. Man. I think, and I ain't gonna be petty, but girl's name Aisha. Why all of them got something with them? Aisha Curry, man. I'm familiar with it. I'm familiar with it. You know? I've been around. I've seen that before. You understand? I've seen that before. Damn, man. Like, why, son? Why, son? Why they be doing that? Why they be doing that? The pettiness in that is so, and she did it in front of a Becky too. That's what it ain't even like she was kicking it with her sister. She got in front of a Becky of Beckwith, of a Beckington, and said all of that. Like, what the fuck? You think we all are on are we all on fucking cocktails, Miss Curry, nigga? You don't know what the fuck you think we all have fourth grade comprehensive levels? We don't know what you were saying. God damn, sis. Like, you don't think we know what the fuck you got up there to say? So either this dude, and I don't know what's going on in their household. I'm not even gonna be as I'm gonna respect, even with everything that, even with the disrespect. I'm not even gonna speculate about what's going on in their household. You know, if I would say, but I would say this. This is what I would say. You said, what did she say? What did she say? What did she not say? She was in an interview with a white lady. I guess it was a podcast. She's 3 kids deep, by the way, mind you. 3 beautiful children, mind you, right? And I'm sure they drive her crazy, but mind you, 3 beautiful childrens, looking just like both her and they look alike. They kind of look, her and her husband got that type of look where it's like, damn, y'all must have been together since high school, because y'all kind of look alike. She said she didn't want the children, bro. She got in front of the white woman and was like, I didn't want 3 children. I wanted to chase my career. Nigga, what? And then she said she regret being married. So it was like, yeah, there is 2 sides to the story. Henceforth, oh, it's 4 kids. My bad. It is 4. Aisha. Ma'am, I don't want to school nobody's mama, nobody's baby mama, they white. No, that's not his baby mama. I don't even want to get up here and school no man's wife. It's so nasty and you feel me? It's just unprofessional. But at some point, ma'am, if it's that bad, just divorce the man and then begin to speak on it. Don't do this whilst wearing the ring, ma'am. Don't do this whilst still coming home to that man and not giving him any options to whereas he can exercise any type of quote unquote, because he's still tied to you and you are embarrassing that man because other men can see that and know exactly what's going on because men who's been through that before, they know what they looking at. They know what they looking at. So yeah, my nigga, you stuck. You put 4 on her. Huh. Yeah, you got to live with that. You stuck with that. But yeah, don't. And then some people will be like, oh, but she hasn't made. How could she do this? How could she? Oh my goodness, if I had the opportunity. I mean, we don't know what be going on. And what I was going to say earlier and what I didn't want to say, but what I was going to say is maybe the only thing that would make me say, okay, I could see why she's wilding is if son is like really, he got mad whizzes. Like if homie got like mad shorties on the side that she knows about. Like if it comes out and later on, oh yeah, he was cheating on me with the lady at the door woman, his trainer, his masseuse. Maybe, just maybe, I would be like, okay, that was your way of crying out. That was your get back. That's your lick back. You were being petty. That was the only thing that came to me that was like, that would be the only, like, that's the only, that's the only green light that would let shit like that fly. Other than that, fam, nigga, what? That's Big Steph. This nigga takes half court shots. Like, son was focused for mad seasons. You was a part of that. You had to be. He couldn't be focused, laser focused the way that he was as a top tier champion going up against all of these quote unquote A1 teams and whatnot. And son was getting all of those chips. Give him free. Yeah, free the homie. Give him free, my nigga. Let that go. Y'all both will give each other because I don't think there's no south. You said that you did not want to be married. You said that you wanted to pursue a career and that you now have 4 kids as if you stumbled upon this shit. Like you woke up with these kids were here. Like what else is there after that but speak to my attorney? Like let me know who y'all in the order. Can it be salvaged after that? You get on the couch with a Becky and say that this is not your fucking therapist. This is a podcaster. You're telling other men in the world, right? Because you said it on a podcast. So there's eligible bachelors watching. You know what I mean? There's suitors that are out there. You're telling suitors. You're telling men to push up at TJ Maxx. Nigga, if it's just me and you at the alley Whole Foods, we might be able to, you know what I mean? It might happen. You're leaving the door open. You're leaving the door open. So that's crazy. Yeah, because you leave the Pookies, you know what I mean? That's like a dog whistle to the Pookies, my nigga. Them niggas, their ears went up like, they know what they heard. They know what they heard. You trying to get your shit tuned up a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? You trying to get you trying to get tuned up, Aisha. You know what I'm talking about? You heard about the YNs, Aisha. Yeah, she want to go to she want to go to NBA YoungBoy concert. You know what I'm talking about? She looking for Cantrell and them niggas. It's crazy. It's crazy, right? Shit crazy. Shit crazy. You know what I'm talking about? Would Candace do that? And I don't want to compare the two, but would Candace do that? You know what I'm saying? Would she? Somebody said Aisha needs to chill. She don't even got ass like that. Damn. Whoa. Oh man. I didn't even. Yeah, now y'all gonna have me looking and shit. I didn't even look. What the hell? But yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty much it, man. I mean, there's a lot more going on, but god damn it. That was a lot, right? That was a lot as it was, man. Like, stuff for law, you know. But we gonna stay on top of this shit with this Charlie shit and all this other stuff, man. I'm just so glad that this stuff is blowing over. We damn near 30 days into it. You feel me? All type of cans. I mean, the MAGA Fest Destiny. They're marching forward in full swing. You know what I mean? They're marching towards their destiny. You know, the supremacists, the Gestapo. You know what I mean? The fangs are coming out. These people are really beginning to shed their skin. So the Jason months are Jasoning is very interesting as to what's being revealed. I appreciate every single one of it. I appreciate every single moment of it. I appreciate every single dismantling, discombobulation. You know, it's all poetic justice. It's all poetic justice. Trust me. We do have some announcements coming up. Some very important announcement about some upcoming events that we're going to make. What's today? Thursday. We'll speak about everything over the strong end. We'll be making those announcements over the strong end. So yeah, look out for all of that. But we do have to make some very important announcements about some upcoming events. But what event that we do want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is the Qigong Intensive Masterclass. We have the Qigong Intensive Masterclass featuring my good brother Sharif Anail Bey. All right, he's coming to the A. He is coming to Atlantis. All right, to give you a bioenergetic anatomy workshop. Is going to provide the real bioenergetic training and understanding and the foundation necessary to become a true Qigong technician, able to create individualized Qigong prescriptions for patients. And then you're also going to learn the 8-piece brocade. This extremely famous and popular medical Qigong routine fosters robust and radiant health and wellness. All right. That's coming up on Saturday on the 11th from 2 to 8 p.m. All right. Save the date. Save the date. Okay. And yeah, man. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you for your time tonight. And we will be back. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Yeah, you might want to subscribe to the channel. And yeah, that part. So with that being said, we are out of here. Peace, love, and light to the family. Y'all stay dangerous. All right. And we will see you at the next broadcast. 1000.
Hey, yo, we got it going on. I'm hit up right on my wrong. Yo, we got it going on. This is for the culture. Yeah. Hey, yo, we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform, it becomes a Voltron. Yeah. We hit it right all our wrong. Hey, yo, we got it going on. Yeah. Went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God. I'm teaching essentials, I'm operating at my peak, it's potential. Elijah, he told me to keep it on simple. Through these instrumentals, I speak to your mental. Red, back in the booth, rap to the youth, they was lacking the truth. Back to the seas, they was lacking the roots. Smoked all the trees and they snacking on fruits. Bed, attached to my roof, detached to the roof on the back of the coupe. Back from the future, I'm back in the red and the blue, yeah, I'm back on my snoop. Niggas be biting, they cracking, they tracking, niggas be capping, they lacking, they put a toe tag on the back of they boot. Battle with nukes, I'm attacking, they truth. I wrote these bars in Sumerian text. The legends of Mu, I'm Sumerian sets. It was written in Targaryen text. Came to conquer all my variants. Yeah, we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform, it becomes a Voltron. Yeah, we hit it right all our wrong. Hey, yo, we got it going on. Yeah, went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God. Back on the mic, was dead on my back, now I'm back on my life. Came back from the future, went back to it twice. When I rose out the grave, they said that dude is Christ. I'ma shine like a star, I'ma twinkle, twinkle as I light up the sky. The whole world was watching on the night I arrived. The Messiah's here, I guess it's finally time. I swear that I hear every prayer that you say. I was there every day, I was scared everything in the world.
Chat, what the hell? Really? They got a pillar at the Vatican. Pope Pablo, where you at?
You either fight or run. Life a game, I feel like I won. Hey, yo, we got it going on. I bring my niggas together, we transform, it becomes a Voltron. We hit it right all our wrong. Hey, yo, we got it going on. Yeah. Went through the fire, but it lit up my fuse. I'm blowing up like a bomb. Introduce you to God.
From the quantum shadows, a traveler emerges. Fly-Sinet, the multi-dimensional hacker, living his hero's journey. He joins the Pantheon at AI Masters Workshop, November 1st and 2nd, hosted by 363 Empire, with Red Pillar and Seven Bomar. Tickets, lock yours in, now.
This is the law of mental command. It is the understanding that you are not a victim of your thoughts, but a commander of them.